Hi everyone, welcome back to the Scribbled Bookcase. I'm Kelsey Lee, and today I have something a little different for you guys. So I obviously am super into keeping journals, and I love doing any kind of paper craft, and scrapbooking is one of those. And I never really shared anything quite like scrapbooking totally with you guys, even though there are definitely some of those elements in my bullet journal and word binder videos. But today I wanted to kind of just show you sort of, to an extent, a full-on scrapbook, though this also does have some more journal-like elements. This is my anniversary book. So I just celebrated my second year with my boyfriend, and for our first year anniversary I made him a book just like this using the Smashbook that are available from K&Company. So I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough for you guys of my second year anniversary scrapbook, Smashbook, journal, whatever you want to call it. This is basically our past year in a nutshell, and that is what I've created for him as a gift. So first page is hello in all of these different languages, and I just put a little bit of journaling about what this book is, says happy anniversary, and talks about our year together. Then the next page is starting right at the beginning with our 1 year anniversary, so I have some journaling on the other side of this journaling card, some photos from our 1 year anniversary. We basically just went on a hike and went out for dinner. It was really nice. Then we have Christmas, so I kind of mimicked the present that is here in the photo and made the present down here with a little bow, and it comes out and you have journaling on either side of that card there. And then this is just a pocket to put his Christmas card. Then he'll put the one from me in here as well. We went to New York City together, and I surprised him with a trip so that we could go to the American Museum of Natural History. So I have this little fold-out element that I just washi in on there, so a huge tip-in essentially. And then a little journaling card that slips in there. And then also it says pull here, and there's an additional photo right at the bottom there. So I really like to make my books interactive, and that's one of the great things about using Smashbooks or any kind of scrapbooking, journaling books that are open and don't have the clear covers. Obviously the clear covers can be really nice so that you can keep everything protected, but if you treat it with good care, it should be okay. But the nice thing about not having those clear covers is you can make things really interactive with tip-ins and all that extra elements. So then we went on like a couples retreat with two of our couple friends, I guess. And so I just have some journaling on the other side of this card, different photos from that weekend together. Then we have take a hike. So if you've been following along with my videos, I've definitely mentioned in the past that we're really into hiking. So I cut out this Yodelay Hihu, which was another page in the book that I had just ripped out and then cut out the mountains. And I stamped two little people, if you can see that, on the top of the mountain. It said you and me. And then just made a little countdown list over here with our top 10 hikes of the year together. This next page was kind of just a fun filler page because I had this really cute journaling card that said pop quiz, and I thought that would be fun to include. So I made up 5 different questions that would be fun to look back on, like favorite type of food, favorite kind of candy, movie of the year, and then on the inside here it says answer key, so it's hers and his. So here are my answers to that, and then he will write his in that card. And I just use hole punch and put a little bit of string or yarn through it, and then put a button on it with a sticky back, and then that creates a place, if you can do it, unlike me, where you can just loop that on to close it, and so it works as like a little clasp. So this was just a fun page for us to look back on and remember, you know, what our favorite things were at the time. And then we have our top 10 movies of the year. We love, love, love going to the movies, so I always save our tickets. I couldn't find the tickets to these two, though. Probably lost in a wallet somewhere. So I have to write in the date still that I have somewhere in my bullet journal. I have to go through my different pages and find when we actually went to see these. But I just keep track of our favorite movies from the year, and then have some honorable mentions that we didn't see necessarily in theaters but watched together on our own. and really enjoyed, and then also some TV things like Stranger Things. We loved watching that together. My next page is for Valentine's Day. So we were not together for Valentine's Day. He was in Alaska, you know, as per usual with us. So he sent me some cute postcards that I did as tip-ins here with quotes underneath it. And then I also have a photo from this adorable children's book that he wrote and illustrated for me about our relationship together. And he entitled it The Story of Hellos and Goodbyes. And so that was really, really sweet. My next page is a wedding that we went to for two of our good friends. So I just have some photos. So then I just had, I guess you could call this a tip-in, but not quite. I used these twisty ties to just put in these extra photo holders. And so I have some photos, and they gave away honey as their favor. So I said how sweet it is to be loved by you with the little honeybee. And then on the other side, when you open it, ta-da, there is a journaling card there, and then two more photos. So that was a super fun wedding. Really enjoyed that, and I love this little element is super fun as well. Then I have our solo trips of 2016. So obviously Ben went to Alaska and did that for work, and then I went to Yellowstone National Park for a class and got to do that. So there was this really cute journaling card that said my travelogue, so I crossed it out and wrote our travelogue, and then found another one that says bound for travel, I love to go places, yada yada, with who, what, where, and so that's for Ben to fill in. And then there's one for me that I also filled in. So we'll have those memories written on there. Next page is for dancing. I love, love, love to dance, especially, you know, at weddings, and so he humors me and is really sweet about it, so I put that in here since we went to quite a few weddings this year. My next page is favorite reads. We are both huge readers, the Scribbled bookcase, of course, right? And so I have my top 5 for the year so far. And then have this really pretty book paper at the bottom. Of course, used nice Scrabble letters for reads. And then used my stamps. If you saw my craft haul video, I will link that down below. These are some of the stamps that I got from it. And as you can see, they turn out super well, and I love them for $1, if you recall. And yeah, so he'll write his reads over here, and then in this little mug, that is where I put the books that we read together. So I said, read with me, question mark. My next page is when we went sport fishing in Costa Rica. Ben was so happy he caught this huge rooster fish. It was gigantic. And he loves to fish, so it was a huge deal for him. So I made a whole page devoted to it, and it says mano y pesco, which is fish in Spanish if you don't know. And essentially, this page originally just said mano y mano and then had 2 sparring men here. So I put the water over that man, drew like a fish. I actually stamped a basic form and then embellished it to look like a rooster fish. And then I just crossed that out and said that instead. So it looks really cool. I'm so happy with that page. Then I have our favorite memories, which I had in our first book as well. So I love just being able to write down our favorite memories from the year and have a his and a hers, and you know, what did he really think were great highlights from our year together, and what did I think were great highlights from our year together. And so I said file them away to rejoice another day, since I had these really cool filing cabinet paper that I just cut out to have different sections of. So then when you open them, they're like little tip-ins. Then I of course have all of mine written on this side, and he will then, of course, fill in his side with his favorite memories. My next page is chasing waterfalls, because we love to hike, but I especially love to hike when there are waterfalls involved. I have a little tip in here with some journaling about chasing waterfalls below it, and then we had so many photos that I made a little pocket to keep the others in. My next page is for Costa Rica, so I have some journaling at the bottom here, and then had this really cool little pocket journaling card with the weekly calendar that I wrote down using my bullet journal. This is why bullet journals are so great and come in such handy to be able to look back on memories. So I knew every day what exactly we did, so I could just fill it in using my bullet journal. And yeah, so there's a photo of us underneath. And I just used a lot of different stickers on this page, really. Then we have just some more photos from Costa Rica. I loved this paper that came in this international Smashbook. And I had this really cool postage stamp washi, so I just, washied in the sunset photo that I took. You can see one underneath as well. There's Ben with a little frog that he was super happy to find. And there's space then for us to journal, and for him to journal there too. It's a variegated squirrel, which was super cool. I love photography, especially wildlife photography, so Costa Rica was just like the best opportunity ever for me. There you can see a howler monkey. My next page also really shows my love of wildlife photography, so this isn't even nearly everything we saw, but I just put as much as I could onto this single page, especially his favorites like all of the reptiles and amphibians is basically what this page boils down to. So really enjoyed putting this together and getting to see all my photos. I used a lot of the raised stickers to kind of bring things to life, like his head here is kind of 3D because I put a puffy sticker underneath to raise his head, so it's like he's popping off the page. And then here I cut into the van, which was like, this was what page came in the actual book, and so I cut in the page so that just the van door flipped up and then backed it in black, which is behind this photo here. And then just did some journaling, so when you open it, it's like you're opening the van door. It says, "Are we there yet?" on the inside. So yeah, so this turned out really cute, and the reason I did this is because this page, I basically wrote about our tour guide, Henry, who was the sweetest, most amazing man. We really loved him while we were there, so I thought it'd be nice to kind of dedicate a page to him. My next page is kind of just pretty photos, basically. This was us being more elegant for my graduation, so I just wanted to put all those photos together. You can see there. And then we did a reunion trip for his study abroad program to New Zealand that he did in college. They came to Pennsylvania, his leaders, so it says New Zealand comes to PA, and we have some photos from that and a place for him to journal then, since that was really his thing. And then we lost my dog Rocky this year, and so I wanted to devote some pages to him. So these, you can see, are some of those papers that I talked about in my craft haul before. And these are just more photos of him. Look at him. Oh, he was just the best dog. He's so cute. Then we have a graduation spread, so it says Carpe Diem, and then I just have different photos of us on graduation, and I love this stamp. It says, "Because you believed in me, I believed in me," and I just thought that was perfect. My next page is You've Got Mail, and so I have like two from, and then this is all of the mail that I received from him that isn't elsewhere in the book. And then this is where he'll put any mail that he got from me in this pocket here. And the way I make pockets is super simple, guys. I just use double-sided tape on the sides and on the bottom, and then the rest, you just don't put it on all sides, and then you can use it as a pocket. So it works out super well. And then this is just washi tape with the stamps, and it came as like this airmail paper in the back. So it was perfect for a You've Got Mail page. My next one is top 5 restaurants. We are big foodies, so definitely wanted a page devoted to that. So I have 5 that we can fill in together here. I put this little salt shaker because he always makes fun of me because I like to add salt to everything. So it says just a dash of salt. And then this Eat Well, Travel Often card with some journaling about his 26th birthday, and we went to a restaurant together that I have the receipt from. And then getting towards the end here, we have our prayers for the future. So I just have 2 little journaling cards that each of us will write our prayer to God for, what we want for our relationship for this year, what we're, praying to Him for. So that's what each of those will be, one for him and one for me. If I can get this back in there, maybe, there we go. And then of course our bucket list. So this is what we're hoping to do for our 3rd year. It's blank. That's not because we don't have any hopes or dreams for this next year, but it's just that this is something we're going to fill out together. And so we are going to be going for like an anniversary dinner actually tomorrow. And when we do that, we will likely be filling this out together and talking about what it is we'd like to accomplish this year together. And then it just has, just like that first page, except this time it says goodbye in all of the different languages. And that is everything. Smashbooks also, I'll quickly mention, have this pocket in the back, which will be nice. You know, if there's anything I forgot to include in here from this specific year, I can just tuck in the back so that we just still have those all in one place. But that essentially is it, guys. That is my anniversary book for our 2nd year. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Maybe it gave you guys some ideas for, you know, gift ideas for a significant other, or maybe just a friend or a family member that you really, you know, want to commemorate all of your times together. Or maybe even just for you, you know. This is a really great way to take everything about your year and just combine it into one, taking all of the highlights and putting it into a book so that you can always, you know, remember every special moment from that year. And so I love putting these together. It definitely takes a lot of time, but if it's something you really enjoy, you know, it doesn't matter because you're having fun while doing it. So that is everything from me today. Be looking out for a future video with December just around the corner. I'll have some bullet journal related stuff coming up. I thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all. Please subscribe if you're new and haven't. I'm really trying to hit the 2,000 mark. I'm hoping to do a giveaway once I do. So, you know, stay tuned for that. And have an amazing Thanksgiving if I don't talk to you before then. Love you all. Bye.